This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City.
Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is Emily Frankel, my wife, and we're going to talk today on our blog about what?
Well, I was interested in evolving a thing we ought to tell people about how to sell yourself.
Oh, well, now, I've got a lot of things I want to say about that.
How do you sell yourself?
Well, I don't know how about selling myself, but I can remember some of the tales you told me about selling yourself when you started out as a dancer, and you didn't even have a program, and you told me that you went to the library and you got out all these books on where to write to people in colleges, and you and Mark Ryder, who was a famous.
He was Martha Graham's partner, wonderful
right.
partner.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't even have a program, but we
found a photographer, and he took pictures. We made poses, and we took pictures. We didn't make titles based on the pictures, but then we made up some titles.
You also made up some reviews.
Then I made up reviews. Nothing wonderful, just enough to get us going. You know, like.
But you told me you hadn't even choreographed them.
No, they hadn't been choreographed.
And you sold them to the colleges and different people on the circuit before you'd even had them produced. I mean,
that wasn't my theory of how to sell yourself. I was thinking of profound things like.
Well, I'm not through with you.
Oh.
Do you remember when we were promoting? I can't even remember what we were promoting at the time, but this was before you had computers, and Emily was a great typist, but she didn't have time to put out hundreds of letters, so she rented some automatic electric typewriters. I don't even know how they ran. They worked like a piano they had
player
tapes.
Piano tapes.
Yeah.
And you type in addresses, then you type one letter, it would repeat the letter and stop, and then you press a button and it would put in the address, and then in the letter there was another stop, and that would be, I would say, and we're going to be in your area at such and such a time, and put in dates. So it was a personal letter that was not a personal letter.
But that one typewriter wasn't enough for you. Do you remember that?
I had 3.
And 3 typewriters in our studio spread around this little redheaded gal, and she had all 3 typewriters going at the same time. Do you remember that? It was mad.
Well, it was just choreography.
Well, it was something.
When you want to sell a dance company and you don't have a dance company, and you want a dance career and you don't have a dance career, you make one.
That's right. Well, that's why you did it. Me, I just kind of fell into things, and I promoted myself by ingratiating myself with my superiors. That's my way of.
I think selling yourself is not selling you, but selling what you're going to give to people.
That's interesting.
A product, but that's what you're going to give people.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, for people who are looking to sell an idea, don't sell you, sell the purpose, sell the dream, sell what would happen to a lot of people from what you're trying to sell.
Sell the dream, that's the idea. Well, that's interesting. And that is a more profound subject.
Let's say something profound.
Well, I can't say anything more profound than sell the dream. For goodness sake, that's about as...
Dream, the impossible dream. Come on, give us a little bit. Come on.
The dream, the impossible dream. Oops. I'm not in voice.
Oh,
I've been rehearsing all morning.
A little more. To
fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go.
I think you're wonderful.
Well, thank you, darling.
You may have a career in show business.
Oh, well, that's
I'm going to sell your
encouraging.
career.
Yeah. Why don't you sell my dream?
Okay, I'm going to sell your dream.
In the meantime, we're going to have a little time off from this
No
video.
more posting right now.
Right. Emily's going to cook me a supper.
Okay.
All right? Here we go. See you next week.
This is AI.R. See you next week.